Americans who left the USA for political and cultural reasons. What was the final straw? My job. The thing is, I am a tech worker. Although I never felt like I was working paycheck to paycheck, I prefer to be toward the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak. I don't want to manage a team. I just want a stable amount of work coming in. I want to work a normal workday and leave at 5 p.m. and go home and do things I enjoy or just relax. Frankly, I don't care about making a whole lot of money. The problem is that every job I had, no matter my insistence, I was expected to go above and beyond, work overtime, constantly seeking promotions, etc. Basically, making work my life. The expectations became exhausting. I knew from frequent trips and a network of European friends through studying abroad that the work-life balance in many European countries is better. Legally, there is more stability in my work. In the Netherlands, where I now live, my company can only fire me for serious reasons that have to be justifiable in court. And even if I were let go, I need a month's notice. Many of my colleagues simply do not understand why Americans tolerate the fact that we can just be fired. Businesses are expected to financially plan for the security for their workers. Personally, I enjoy that my company does not have the kind of brainwashing that I've seen at prior companies in the U.S. My last job in the U.S. was for a major national online food delivery platform headquartered in Chicago. The CEO once said during an all-company meeting that he knew we would still come to work if we weren't paid, because work gives us purpose. While I'm sure there are similarly deranged CEOs here, I have not heard anywhere near that type of assertion here. Moreover, I have more time off, I am encouraged to use it, and most importantly, I am not expected to check in when I'm out of the office. It's incredible how many entry-level office workers who really don't have a huge impact on their department's work are expected to use their paid time off to continue working. Now, the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, the thing that made me leave the USA for a job here, was actually a day off. I took one sick day at my last job after a terrible series of events on a Thursday. I never took an actual sick day before that because I could work from home. However, I really just needed the day off to clear my mind and de-stress. After emailing my manager around 11 p.m. and not coming to work the following day, I learned that his boss instructed him to have me come to work on Sunday to finish a project that was not at all urgent. After that, I started looking for work outside the country. While I was still employed, I learned that my coworkers would gossip about me leaving work at 5 p.m. every day despite having all my agreed-upon tasks complete. I saw therapists and psychiatrists to deal with the stress and the physical effects of it, ended up taking antidepressants and at one point beta blockers because the manifestation of stress was causing my chest to tighten up every day. It was just too much. Now I am much happier because my boss has very realistic expectations of work, and I'm encouraged to take time away from work. Plus my commute in Amsterdam is 15 minutes by bicycle and I pay similar rent to what I did in Chicago with a 45-minute train commute. It's much healthier for me. I'm lucky because I'm skilled in something that is in demand over here. What is the most devious situation your parents have caught you in? On a family trip to Florida, we stopped at a motel where we could only afford 2 rooms. My sister and I had to share one room while our parents took the other. It was summer and sweltering hot, but the AC unit in our room was cranked up high, making it freezing cold. My sister had brought her friend along, and the 3 of us shivered in our beds, unable to get comfortable. Her friend kept kicking off the covers throughout the night, still hot despite the Arctic air blasting from the noisy AC unit. My sister and I barely got any sleep, thanks to the cold, the noise, and her friend's restless tossing and turning in the next bed. I slept in the bed nearer the bathroom. She tossed and turned. She got up and I could tell in the faint light from the moon and stars outside that she was taking off her bra underneath her top, but she looked like she was still only half asleep. My sister had moved over in her sleep and taken me a spot, preventing her from lying back down. Momentarily confused, Mia then plopped on my bed, almost sitting on me. Next, she pulled off her top completely and lied down right beside me. I froze for a minute. Then, I realized she was just too tired to worry about where she was and soon was snoring. I contemplated what to do. If I woke her up, it might wake up my sister, who would wonder why she was in my bed with no top on. I gently nudged her. No response. I got up and went to the bathroom, hoping maybe she would realize she was in my bed and get her top back on. She didn't. When I came back and got into bed, she was facing me, but still asleep. I noticed her chest rising and falling with her breathing. I had always looked at her as my kid sister's best friend, but seeing her completely topless in my bed, she could easily have been my girlfriend. If she was anyone else, I might have tried something, but I had to deal with my family, especially my sister. I decided to make the best of it. I sort of wanted to let her just lie there with me because I was getting turned on looking at her. I laid down and turned the other way, still thinking about her chest. I think I dreamed about them. Well, the next thing I remember was waking up and hearing my mother and sister telling me to get up. I awakened and saw my sister frowning at me like she does when I have done something really stupid. Mia was putting her top on and my mom looked ready to breathe fire. I said,